We're still in Africa. A new round of peace talks between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the M23 rebels have begun in Doha, aiming to finalize a Qatari brokered truce signed last month, despite ongoing fighting in North and South Kivu region. Qatar has proposed a three-phase peace plan, including ceasefire monitoring and prisoner exchanges with backing from the United States and the Red Cross. However, Belgium's foreign minister says DRC President Felix Tshisekedi is unhappy with the current draft, as both sides accuse each other of the ceasefire violations. The M23 remains the strongest armed group in eastern Congo, and its earlier advance into Goma left widespread devastation. With over 7 million people displaced, the United Nations says the DRC is facing one of the world's most complex humanitarian situations. And global affairs analyst Patrick Coker joins me on the news to discuss this recent deal. Good to have you join us at this time. What makes this round of talks in Doha different from previous negotiations, and how significant is Qatar's role in this?
Thank you very much. The Doha peace agreement, I will describe a piece of the puzzle. And it is different because it is only dealing with implementation of an agreement. For me, it's not a comprehensive agreement. So if these belligerents or parties to the conflict, so many of them, decide to go to Doha and come up with a comprehensive agreement, key result or outcome must be a ceasefire. However, we must hold this with great skepticism and indeed caution. Why? Because Congo has, DR Congo conflict has witnessed so many peace agreements. We've had Addis Ababa, we had the Luanda peace agreement. We've had the South African peacekeeping force going in there, and we know the consequences of their participation. We've also had the Washington peace agreement that has been violated since June that it was signed. So we must be very cautious as we go along. And the benefits of this agreement is that it will stop the carnage, the catastrophe, and that we're witnessing in DR Congo.
But this raises concerns, apologies, this raises concerns about how realistic these steps really are. I understand that the peace plan is in three phases, a monitoring mechanism and also prisoner exchanges. But given that the clashes continue, how realistic is this?
Well, the commitment to a ceasefire must be a wholly and fully supported process. First, DR Congo has well about 9 neighboring countries. The root cause of this conflict is the very rich natural resources, cobalt, coltan, diamond, and gold. And DR Congo is sitting on about $24 trillion worth of minerals. Now, one wonders how countries that do not have these resources have become major exporters. It tells you that it is these natural resources that fuels this conflict. So we must first and foremost deal with the root cause of the conflict. Then internal governance development and reforms to strengthen the democracy of that country.
Let's look at the impact on the region. Actors like Uganda, Burundi, and even Rwanda itself, how they are likely to shape the outcome of these negotiations. And if this succeeds, what would it mean for that region?
We must have a total commitment from all these neighboring countries to support peace and not supporting rebel groups. DR Congo has the largest number of rebel groups probably in Africa, well over 200. And all these pockets of rebel groups are engaged in mining. Two, the agreement will be significant to the extent that regional bodies like AU, like the UN, also come on board, because as at now, it's only the United States of America and ICRC that are really that have stepped up to help broker this round of peace. And the earlier other groups come into supporting this peace process, if we achieve an agreement from all the belligerents, then the better for Africa.
And there is a concern about how to balance the urgency of the humanitarian effort made in that region. About 7 million people have become displaced due to this fighting. But let's look at how this peace deal turns out. That's a fine place to leave the conversation for now. Thank you for talking to us. Global Affairs Analyst Patrick Hooker, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.